Okay, so this is going to be my Penn State Rutgers preview and prediction. So Penn State's going to be playing Rutgers after their disappointing game against Ohio State that dropped them out of playoff contention, Big Ten contention. Fortunate for Penn State, though, Rutgers has not been very good all year. Actually, all-time bad. They're 2-9, which sounds all right, but they've been gotten killed in every game in the Big Ten this whole season. Their closest game was 38-10. Fired head coach Chris Ash, and they've had a few players. I think it's up to 12 now that have either redshirted or gone to the transfer portal as the season's gone on. So for Penn State, it's a fairly should be a fairly easy win. They're a 41-point favorite. Yes, they're a 41-point favorite. It is a home game, Senior Day, at Beaver Stadium. I think it's good for Penn State that they're able to get a game that they should be able to win. I mean, we don't know if Sean Clifford's going to be playing. Will Levis will probably be the one playing. I think Penn State knows, it's Rutgers. They should be able to win and give Sean Clifford some time. He hasn't quite been right these past couple weeks. He's been a little bit dinged up. Got hurt last week against Ohio State. And I think when you look at this matchup, you see a Rutgers team that offensively they're absolutely putrid this whole season. They've been horrible. They haven't even they get like 260 yards per game on offense. And if you take the out of the non-conference games, it's even worse. If you get rid of Liberty and UMass, it's like 100 and probably like 200 exactly. So I don't think Rutgers has any threat to score. The defense is all right. The defense isn't good, but it's not absolutely horrible. It's bad, but it's not terrible. But I think Penn State should be able to move the ball on the ground. Rutgers doesn't have a great run defense. The pass defense is all right, not very good, but for Rutgers, it's actually not horrible. I think Penn State might not be getting a ton of receiving yards tomorrow. One, Justin Shorter entered the transfer portal. Not like he did jack squat for us anyway this year. He has 137 yards, but the X spot's still a liability. You got Hamler, you got Freiermuth, you got Dotson. Yeah, but I think Penn State's going to go to the ground and probably just try to chew them up that way behind an O-line that should be able to control a line of scrimmage. That's part of the reason why I don't necessarily think Penn State will cover. And another thing is, Rutgers usually gives Penn State a little bit of a game. Not that it's a game, but like 2016. Penn State struggled a little bit in the first half. They won by 39 nothing. Then the next year, 35-6, but Rutgers was up 6 nothing. Then last year it was 20-7. Rutgers was kind of hanging in there. I think Rutgers might be able to keep themselves in the game a little bit. Especially if Penn State doesn't have a great game offensively. They kind of sleepwalk. They don't really pass well. They run all right. It could be like last year again. But part of me is just like, this Rutgers team is just so bad. I think this should be a good game for the defense. Should be able to get some pressure. Should be able to cover. They haven't really been able to do much offensively. Rutgers, yeah, they got a couple points against Ohio State's backups, but they really didn't do much in that. I mean, you go, oh, they put up 21. Well, yeah, but like they got one touchdown in the first half, and then the last two were in the fourth quarter against their third teamers. So something like that could possibly happen tomorrow with Penn State, especially with it being Senior Day. But I don't know. I just don't see it. I mean, they haven't been able to score on anybody all year, really. And I think Penn State's in a good position here, but they are going to have to do certain things to make sure that they can cover. I don't know if that's really going to happen. I'm going to go 38-7 Penn State. I think Penn State's going to move the ball fairly well. I think they're going to make some passes, but I think they're going to mainly keep it on the ground. And then I think on defense they're going to do a very good job. But I do think Rutgers will be able to put together one good drive. Maybe it's early on in the game, or maybe Penn State has a turnover, or it's late in the game. Maybe if they can sort of get something going later in the game, they can make it kind of look like it's closer in garbage time. But I don't know. This Rutgers offense has been pretty inept all year, and I kind of expect that to continue. And for Penn State, this can cap off a good season. I know that I think some people have tilted expectations for Penn State. I think that when you look at this team, you got 8 underclassmen on offense. The defense has been good. But this is a young team. 10-2 would be a very strong season, and hopefully they can get to a New Year's Six bowl game, potentially the Rose Bowl, and cap it off with a win there. And if they can go 11-2, that'd be a very strong season, and maybe potentially being like maybe squeaking into the top five ranking at that by the end of the year. I don't know, but it starts tomorrow with the game against Rutgers, and that's got to be the message for the team. So I'm going to go 38-7. I think Penn State cruises handily, but I don't really see them covering unless they can get out early and really pour it on. So that's my video, guys. Peace out.